Hello, this is Prosecutor Godot. Here to talk about my full feelings on Mike Posner's A Real Good Kid. Recently wrote my review on Mixdown, which will be posted soon. But I didn't put all my thoughts into that review, that written review. So I just want to get them all out here. And just do a little rant. So for this review, I felt pressured. This is in no way meant to insult or put blame or be angry at any person. It's just that's how things are, and I'm okay with that. But I'm just letting off some steam. That's all it is. But yeah, for this, Mike Posner, I like to say Mike Posner. Apologies if he doesn't like being called that. It's not my intention, but Mike Posner is singer-songwriter, American singer-songwriter and producer. Originally hit big with his hit "Cooler Than Me" back in like 2010, and then hit it even bigger with "I Took a Pill in Ibiza," which was remixed into a dance track that all the spring breakers could be playing at the club. And yeah, he the first hit "Cooler Than Me" showed that he liked showcased his nasally voice and also his penchant for putting dance beats and the sort into his music. Maybe perhaps kind of repetitive lyrics. So the song "Cooler Than Me" doesn't have a lot of lyrics in it. It's kind of like the same chorus kind of repeated over and over, I'd say. And then "I Took a Pill in Ibiza" I'm not as familiar with, but the original is like Bon Iver type acoustic guitar track, and then the remix is a dance club track. Both songs I wouldn't say are bad. They're mainstream pop, and I just sort of left it at that. At the time, before I thought I would would be taking him seriously. So now with "A Real Good Kid," in the years leading up to "Real Good Kid," Mike Posner has gone through a lot. His father passed away due to brain cancer, and Avicii, famed electronic DJ and producer, who was also Posner's friend, passed away too. Due to suicide. And among other things, he and his then girlfriend broke up when he was writing the album. And so I felt pressure to sort of go easy on Mike. I don't know if it's because I tend to be kind of harsh in my reviews. I didn't really like. I haven't loved any of the albums I reviewed so far. So yeah, I don't know if it's because of that, but yeah, there was this sort of pressure an idea that I needed to um, take into account his father, Mike's father's death, when reviewing the album. I mean, I really could not take that into account because it is kind of essential theme of the album. What with voice recording clips from conversations between Mike and his dad, while he was probably sitting in his hospital bed receiving treatment, and many songs, talking about what to do in situations that make you think, why me, so there was really no way to avoid talking about Mike's father's death. And also, I put pressure on myself. Really because, I don't know, no one really, at least as far as I can see, not many people read Mixdown's content. As far as I know, I don't really know too much about Mixdown, having just started there, but even their, albums and songs of 2018 only had like one comment. That's what I'm basing it off of. Maybe their, live show reviews or their general news, or maybe the other segments of the website, such as video games and movies, get a lot more traffic. So who knows what, all of this to say, who knows why I felt pressure to sort of be more politically correct, be more polite when it came to reviewing A Real Good Kid. Which is, sorry, by the way, A Real Good Kid is Mike Posner's latest album, third studio album. Yeah, so I did, for the written review, I did really sort of try to be polite and as nice as possible to Mike. It really doesn't make any sense. Like, Mike doesn't need me to say anything about him for him to make money off his album or get people to his shows. And why should fans care about a random album reviewer? Anyway, so on to the album. That's my little rant about that. I don't know, leave a comment saying that I'm stupid for feeling stress about being polite, and I should have just been more honest. I mean, I was honest, but I put more kind details and limited the critiques, the more critical things I had to say. So in this video, I'm talking about more of the critical things and just have a more complete view before I talk about it. First, I still feel the way I am on my written review that my favorite part of the album was the messaging. Like, I've been reading self-help books lately, such as Radical Honesty by Brad Blanton. And so that's why I guess the idea of self-help was on my brain as I was, listening to the album. But yeah, I do feel like, one, the central theme of the album is about the passing of his father, and Mike trying to cope with it, cope with his emotions that came up due to it, and how to, one of the songs is titled Move On and is about moving on from the feelings and emotions and, continuing to move forward with your life. So yeah, like the whole album is about, this topic. And yeah, I like all of it. I do think Mike means what he says, which is very important. Especially on a singer-songwriter album, which is supposed to be about the artist connecting, relating his thoughts and life and feelings onto an album. Is basically a singer-songwriter album. That being said, though, I did feel that the way Mike says things left a bad taste in my mouth. And because of the universals, like everybody wants to feel good, everybody wants to not feel pain, as he says on I think it's Move On, it might be a different song. And like all the uses of you, like, oh, you feel like you want to do this, you want to do that, like he's like, hey, you the listener feel the same way I do, huh? Yeah, look at us, look at me, I'm so similar to you. It's so patronizing and like, I don't know, it doesn't fit on something. It's a personal album, right? It's about the death of your father. Like, you should, I kind of want to say, take it more seriously. Like, don't be like trying to like please everybody in the room while you're like talking about your father's death. Like, just imagine like it's like Thanksgiving and your father has just passed away, and then your friends ask you about it, and you're like trying to make it into this grand performance art or something, and like make it into something entertaining for your friends to like watch you. Like, you're like dancing around as you're talking about your father's death. That's how it feels to me. It felt, I mean, it's not the worst, not the most distasteful thing ever, but it was not the right take, I thought, on your father's death. The right way to deliver your message. And because of all those everybody's and yous and stuff, it sometimes, like, I do think Mike means what he says, but it didn't feel like it came from one brain. It felt like it was a focus grouped corporate product. Which at the end of the day it is. I mean, only 2 songs Mike on this album Mike wrote himself out of the 7 or so songs on the album. It's a pretty short album. Only 2 of the 7 Mike, probably it's more than 7, probably 8, wrote himself completely. So it definitely felt that way. Like, it felt like, wait, you said that, and now you're saying like this. Like, it doesn't feel like a person like intimately talking to you and trying to have you see directly into their brain. Like, it didn't feel that way. It felt like, hey, look, I'm doing this dance over here. Hey. Yeah. But that was, yeah. So that's one of my problems with the album. I had like 3 major problems. That's one of them. The second one is that I don't really like Mike's voice. His voice just sounds like a frat bro's voice. Um, it doesn't really leave a when it does leave impression, it's a bad impression. Like it's kind of whining, it's nasally. You know, that's probably a personal thing, but if you like it, hey, that's what you like. But I thought Mike's voice wasn't very. It's on pitch. Mike's voice is on pitch. No problem with that. But yeah, he doesn't have a lot of range, I'd say. Like he always kind of sounds the same from song to song, no matter like what angle he's singing from. Going off of that, I didn't like the input, sudden screams throughout the album, sudden shouts and yells that he does throughout the album. Again, like I talked about on the review, I talked about the song Drip, how there's like a spoken word section of the song that's about like it's pretty long. It's like 2 to 3 minutes. And he's talking about like the events of his father dying and hearing that Avicii died and breaking up with his girlfriend. And then he just starts screaming, like yelling. And it's just like, whoa, like that part is probably the best instance of that. But then throughout the album, he throws in these screams, these clips of people screaming or shouting. And it's like, whoa, hold it there. What is going on? Like he ruins like a nice, like smooth, peaceful moment with a scream. It's like, what? Like he's trying to like build the excitement in the song or adrenaline in the song or something, but it ends up just feeling very sudden and out of the blue, rather than like a fitting transition to another mode of the song. And finally, so that's my second issue is his voice. My third issue and perhaps most damning as a music album is his use of sound and his choices of sound mixes, because he chooses to mix these more organic sounds such as guitar, piano, and chorus vocals with electronic beats, electronic synthetic sounds. Most prominently throughout the album, he uses talkbox vocals, which talkbox vocals, I would say listen to Compton by Kendrick Lamar featuring Dr. Dre. On that song, Dr. Dre has his voice filtered through talkbox towards the end of the song. That's an instance of good usage of talkbox. I think even Daft Punk does it quite a bit. I can't give you a specific song, but they use it quite often. And on those instances, I like the talkbox. But on this, it's like you're giving us like guitar or piano sound, and perhaps because my brain is expecting this, but I'm like expecting something more intimate, and like you can hear the cracks and the creaks of a person's voice. And instead, I hear this disembodied, synthetic, robotic vocal from the talk box, and it's an awkward mix. It doesn't work at all. Throughout the entire album, this dichotomy of organic and synthetic just like pushed together, and just it doesn't work. It's forced. It's like oil and water, and it's really ugly. Again, like songs that could have been great, like Perfect, um, and Drip. I mentioned Drip in my review. These songs might have been great if he had, not used the electronic bits, or I don't know, just put them together differently. Because this, like, mixing organic and synthetic is not always bad. Daft Punk have done it many times, and other artists have too. So it's not that this mix is inherently bad, it's that Mike is not doing it well. So I had a really huge problem with that, and that's what really killed the album for me. So overall, I did not like the album. And yeah, so now you can again, I should have prefaced this. I might have prefaced it already, but my intention is not to hate on Mike for how he decides to cope with terrible events in his life. I'm here to critique the music, and that's all. And to me, the music was not good. If you enjoyed the album, keep enjoying it, man. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Glad you're getting something out of it. Hopefully, yeah. Mike has been using this combination of electronics and acoustic for a long time, so I doubt he's going to change. So I guess he's just not going to be for me moving forward. That's it. Thanks.